Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another really quick post-fight reaction / post-fight analysis from last night's co-main event, Vanessa Demopolous versus Cynthia Arceo. This was for LFA 103. And man, these ladies for LFA, they really put on some good fights. LFA, they've been putting on some good cards as a whole, the men and the women. Shout out to LFA. You know, I really been enjoying their cards over the past few months. You know, next month they also have like 3 back-to-back events, you know, for every weekend. So yeah, man, it's going down with LFA. But last night, man, Vanessa Demopolous, she made her return back to the winning circle with a first round KO over Cynthia Arceo. All she needed was 37 seconds, man. I was like, this is big. You know, this is the first KO of her career, and it definitely shows that she's been working on her striking and her boxing skill, which is something I talked about, you know, in some of my post-fight analysis of her fights. You know, whether she won or lost, I said, look, this girl has grit, this girl has heart, but if she worked on her boxing and she really worked on her striking, her precision, and her, you know, really dedicated herself to power punches, you know, she would be a force. You know, I think last night it really showed that, you know, she was really working on her punch selection. It really showed on how she was landing her shots, how she was picking her shots, you know, just in a matter of 37 seconds. That's why she got that result she wanted, because I feel like Cynthia Arceo, a very good striker from the outside. I feel like, you know, has good kicks, good jabs, but I think she probably wasn't expecting that from Cynthia. She wasn't expecting that from Vanessa Demopolous. So when it came on, she didn't expect that big left hook to send her across the octagon the way it did, and then that barrage that followed. And yeah, man, Vanessa Demopolous, she got that. She got the stoppage, man. I mean, real quick, 37 seconds, opening round, Vanessa Demopolous, she looked very confident. Came straight after Arceo with the barrage. Arceo, she stuck out a jab and a leg kick to try to keep her back, but Vanessa, she was just relentless. She came on, putting the pressure on, landed a good overhand right a few times, and she kept landing this shot. Then I saw her following up with a left hook that she missed with. So I said, okay, I see what she's doing. She's trying to set up a good combination and really do some damage. So off of the third overhand right, she fires off a big left hook, sends Arceo stumbling. It lands right on the chin, sends her stumbling back to the cage, and Vanessa Demopolous, she follows up another big right hand, follows up with the left hook, and then follows up with the barrage till Arceo just crumbles, and the ref, he jumps in and stops it. I was like, that's how fast the fight was. 37 seconds. Vanessa Demopolous, her very first KO over a very good fighter in Cynthia Arceo. Vanessa, she was really trying to put these punches together early. I could see that she definitely felt confident in her striking, and she wanted to use it. So she went in there, tested it out, and it worked for her. It worked for her real good. And I'm telling you, man, these grapplers and these wrestlers out here, they have to work on their striking and add these tools to their arsenal. Look at the improvements that fighters are making whenever you add this stuff to your arsenal. I'm talking about, look, at the end of the fight, Vanessa said, after the fight, she was like, look, after her last fight against Lupita Godinez, she was like, I had to work on my boxing. That was something I told myself. I had to work on my boxing. You know, she said, shout out to Lupita Godinez, because it really pushed her and showed her that was a skill set she had to work on. She said ever since that loss, she was working on her boxing. And it definitely showed. Now, is she ready for that rematch? It's possible, because if she mixes that grappling and that strength and that clinch fighting up in her ground game and just some of the basics of her striking, she could pull off some get back. She could pull off some get back against Lupita Godinez. I don't know, though, because Lupita is very strong, and she's a very polished striker, very good striker. So it all depends on if she can pull Lupita back into that type of fight she did in the later rounds of their first fight. Like I said, first fight, it was definitely a candidate for Fight of the Year last year. But yeah, shout out to Vanessa Demopolous. So she talked about either a rematch with Lupita if she stays in the LFA, or going back to the UFC. Now, you know, after she won this fight, she said Dana White. She kept calling Dana White, you know, but in my opinion, I think she should go for this belt against Lupita Godinez. I think that's a better move for her, because I think it'd be a confidence builder, get her back into the title shot, mix, and if she wins, that'll give her that confidence again that she can say, yo, I got the belt. You know, look, I'm an established champion with the LFA. If I go to UFC, I have another notch on my belt. You know, I won my belt back. I improved a little bit. So I think she should stick around with LFA for a little bit longer, you know, try to get that belt back, take another fight or two, and see where it goes from there. Because, you know, the UFC strawweight division is no joke. It's really no joke, and I really hate to see a fighter rush. I know Vanessa's like, what, 32 or 34? I think, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's still time. There's still time for her. I mean, the better she gets, the more she'll be able to handle what anybody brings her in the 115-pound division. But yeah, overall, it was a good fight. This video is actually longer than the fight. So yeah, I just want to, you know, come back and do a quick post-fight reaction on this one, because that was a knockout. You know, good left hook for, you know, a first-time fighter like Vanessa Demopolous really working on her boxing and her striking, man. But yeah, guys, check out the fight. It was on UFC Fight Pass last night. Like I said, overall, LFA 103 was a good card. Combo Breaker 99. Shout out to Cynthia Arceo as well. Hope she bounces back. Peace.